What makes this project really unique and different is the ability to preserve an experience. And that's the experience of being able to interact and carry on a conversation with a Holocaust survivor. And that's something that really hasn't been done, and it's what makes this project so revolutionary and groundbreaking.
The technology that we're working with the Shoah Foundation with, that we've developed here at the Institute for Creative Technologies, is trying to provide exactly that kind of effect. So we had this chance to work with Pinchas to record him, to be one of the first survivors ever recorded in this way, three-dimensionally, so that in the future, as we continue to develop holographic display technologies, we can take everything that he said, precisely verbatim, and place it projected into an environment where you can see it almost as if he's sitting right there.
So behind me is Pinchas Gutter, Holocaust survivor from Toronto in Canada. Pinchas was in the studio, and as you can see, he's waiting now on screen to have a few questions answered. Hello, Pinchas.
Hello.
So, why do you tell your story?
I tell my story for the purpose of improving humanity, if that's possible, even drop by drop by drop. You know, like a drop of water falls on a stone and it erodes a little bit and smooths it out. So hopefully by me telling my story over and over again, I will achieve the purpose of making humanity or the world a better place to live in.
This technology is very new right now, but of course, a generation from now, this kind of visual imagery and interactivity will be the norm for the next generation, and that's what we're preparing for.
One way to think about what we're doing is making real what's only been imagined in science fiction and movies before. What we're creating is that ability to have this conversation across time. So talking to somebody that lives now at some point in the future, ask them what you want to ask them and get what they say.
Do you remember any songs from your youth?
This is a lullaby that my mother used to sing to me, and I still remember it. It's in Polish. Jadą dzieci, jadą drogą, siostrzyczka I brat, I nawidzić się nie mogą, jaki piękny świat.
When I hear about events such as the Holocaust, it sparks my curiosity. What are the causes? What are the consequences? And we know that's true for many people when they think about the Holocaust. New Dimensions in Testimony allows that dialogue to take place in which the questions that I have about the world in which I live can be answered directly, engaging me more and hopefully leading to greater participation when we think about a world in which genocide continues to occur.
How old were you when the war ended?
I was between the ages of 13 and 14 when the war ended in 1945.
We're able to score each of the possible answers as to how likely it would be to be an answer to your question. And so we're able to decide if we have a close enough match, and if so, we give you that answer. If there is no answer that's good enough, then we can provide an answer that expresses that as well.
Feeling them be part of your own environment, lit by essentially the same light that you are, so they really feel present. There's this potential to be that much more connected to what they're saying and to break away this frame that puts them in one place and puts you in another and puts you in the same place, which is where all great storytelling can happen.
It's the next level we can go to for the future. We have to ensure that generations understand what happened in the Holocaust. I feel that when there are no survivors, which is going to happen fairly soon, we're going to lose so much of the narrative. We're going to lose the context they give you, and we're going to lose that interpersonal communication. I think to have this project is a miracle. It's brilliant.
Unfortunately, just because of the limitations of the human lifespan, this is not going to be possible for much longer. And for people in decades to come, how can we provide them some of this kind of experience of having someone who really had these experiences being there in the room with them, telling their story?
The future is now. Holocaust survivors are prepared to spend days in quite formidable circumstances to answer hundreds of questions about their lives and their insights. And combined with the technology that we can bring to bear, we can create this wonderful and creative conversation for the future. But there is urgency associated to this too, because the survivors are well in their 80s and time is not on our side. And so we're hoping people will get behind us to make this a reality, because we want this legacy to be there for future generations.